Two types of marketing stories, mastering them both. When it comes to online marketing, there are two main types of stories. Type 1. There are stories that are directly related to your business. These are the stories of how your company came to be, how each product was developed, the customers whose lives have been transformed, the objections that are overcome, and more. Every one of these stories is something that will be unique to your brand. It takes some skill to create these stories, and we'll be covering them in depth in future videos. Subscribe to our channel now. In fact, after you watch this video, you'll know exactly how to craft these stories using templates and the key ingredients necessary to make the stories super effective at selling your products. Type 2. In this video, I want to direct your attention to the second type of story that some marketers use to great effect. And it's essentially any interesting story that can be tied to the product. No doubt you've seen these via email and in social media. Someone tells the story about how they took a trip and everything went wrong. Then they segue into a promotion by saying, "But when you become the next XYZ member, you'll never have to worry about anything going wrong again." Or they tell the story about how their dog got lost for 3 days before finding her way home. And then segue into how the customer will never be lost with the ABC product. With this method, you can essentially use any interesting story to capture the prospect's attention before tying it into your product or service. What I like about this method is, you don't need to become great at storytelling as long as you can find a way to tie a story to the call to action you want the audience to take. In other words, this second method is just about as easy as finding a story that you want to use, rewriting it into your own words, and then using it. It really is a massive shortcut to storytelling success. Let me give you an example. I went online and found a story at random that I'm about to share with you. The story promotes no product whatsoever. It's simply entertaining. But since people love stories so much, maybe you can find a way to link this story to your own product. At the end, I'll suggest some possible ways you could segue this story into a call to action, regardless of what niche you might be in. And of course, this is just an example. You could do something similar with almost any story that strikes your fancy. Just be sure to rewrite it in your own words first. Here it is. An old tired-looking dog wanders into a guy's yard. He examines the dog's collar and feels his well-fed belly and knows the dog has a home. The dog follows him into the house, goes down the hall, jumps on the couch, gets comfortable and falls asleep. The man thinks it's rather odd but lets him sleep. After about an hour the dog wakes up, walks to the door, and the guy lets him out. The dog wags his tail and leaves. The next day the dog comes back and scratches at the door. The guy opens the door, and the dog comes in, goes down the hall, jumps on the couch, gets comfortable, and falls asleep again. The man lets him sleep. After about an hour the dog wakes up, walks to the door, and the guy lets him out. The dog wags his tail and leaves. This goes on for days. The guy grows really curious, so he pins a note on the dog's collar. "Your dog has been taking a nap at my house every day." The next day the dog arrives with another note pinned to his collar. He lives in a home with 4 children, he's trying to catch up on his sleep. Can I come with him tomorrow? Possible segues. 1. If you're feeling as tired as this old dog, I might have the solution. Could be vitamins, exercise, meditation, etc. 2. Have you got small children that sometimes drive you a little crazy? Here's how to make your complicated life a whole lot easier. Child rearing product. 3. Do you want to get away from it all? We've got just the vacation/spa/weekend getaway for you. 4. Notes on a dog's collar are one way to communicate. Here's another with insert benefits. As you can see, with just a little creativity you can bend a story to fit many different products and services. Where can you find stories like this? They are everywhere. First, look at your own life. You already have 1,000 stories of your own that you can put to use. Based on things that you've done, places you've gone, and interactions you've had with other people. Next, use sites like Quora, Board Panda, and Reddit to find stories. Adapt them as necessary and don't plagiarize. Wherever you are on the internet, keep your eyes peeled for good stories. When you watch television or movies, watch for plot lines you can use for stories. When you talk to people, listen to their stories. Stories are all around you, and you'll find there are far more within your reach than you will ever need. Keep a log of stories you read and hear, and choose the ones that work best for you. Stories are everywhere. Take some time this month to find some great stories and to adapt them to your own marketing on email and social media. And then next month, you're going to discover how to create your own stories specifically tailored for your customers about your business. Once you've mastered these two types of stories for your business, general stories that can be segued into your business and stories tailored to your own business, there will be no stopping you. There simply is no downside to mastering the use of stories in your business. Get busy finding stories that work for you, and we'll see you in the next video. Subscribe. Do you want to know more about how you can start your affiliate marketing business with free